Okay, welcome back to Get Out, a podcast about nothing, episode 2. I'll go if I don't have to talk. That is basically my life motto. Welcome. I'm NovelNomad. This is Frankenfoot.
Yep.
And we have Mama's Maiden, and we're joined by a special guest.
Special guest.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm John from Superposition.
It's super.
Soup
Yep.
is here.
Woo!
Yay, exciting. So we're here to talk about the second episode of Seinfeld season 1, but controversially, it is not the stakeout. The stakeout and all the episodes of season 1 were aired out of order. So we're going to talk about the real episode number 2, male unbonding. So before we
And
do
that's
that,
just a conflict with Netflix, correct?
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Netflix has it out of order. IMDb has it out of order. But according to our season 1 DVD,
okay.
the correct order is Seinfeld Chronicles and then Male Unbonding.
Yep. The last episode would be the stock tip, which I think is the 4th episode, other way around or something.
Okay.
So, so we got to just clear. Everybody's going to think they're going to see the second episode. I would encourage people from now to just watch the first season. It's only 5 episodes. Yeah. And then you'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see us come out with the episodes, you'll know which ones are coming. So we'll keep you on track, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be fun.
And we've got it written on. Actually, it's out of order on our
because it was written the Netflix way.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
well, that's fine. We'll just
they can't read it anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. We'll just make sure.
It's very, very. It's a very good point that. Well, it's kind of a coincidence too, because Corey wanted to order them, and it's really good that you did, even though we've all had them several times.
Oh yeah, we would have got eventually flamed.
Don't need DVDs anymore.
I think we would have eventually got flamed.
But it was cool that you ordered it, and that helped us be able to realize that Netflix and other places have it out of order.
Yeah.
Compared to when you buy the DVDs.
Yep.
Okay, so before we talk about the episode, can we have our special guest tell us what's your history with Seinfeld? How did you start watching?
Yep.
And what do you think about it?
Well, first off, thank you very much for having me on the show.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
to answer your question directly, I was really a comedy junkie and a sitcom junkie when I was a teenager and younger than that, and growing up. So as a young adult, I was glued to Seinfeld because of the aspect of the stand-up comedy mixed in with the sitcom. It was the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
So probably around the time it started. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you like it right away, baby?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Cool. Yeah, that's definitely the only show I think doing that at the time, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe ever, really.
Yeah, I can't really think of any other show that has
incorporated
the stand-up.
No,
that
not
way.
that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, John, it's good to have you here, man. Like last episode we talked, it was just the 3 of us, but it's a lot easier, I think, to have 4.
I feel like I'm with family.
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially. So stand-up recording, the recording stand-ups for this episode were recorded twice. So that doesn't say that on, you got to watch the behind the scenes on that one.
Yeah.
So the stand-up was recorded twice. The first time there was a piano behind Jerry and it was very well lit.
Mm-hmm.
He did the same material as you see in the episode, but a little differently. And they filmed it again with the smoke and the darker and the nightclub scene, and Jerry liked that better.
Yeah, they said the first one was like a church basement.
Yeah, the first one they said looked like a church basement.
It's funny.
So the table reading for this episode was February 7th, 1990.
Mm-hmm.
And also this was the first time Elaine was in the show.
Oh, yeah.
So Julia Louis-Dreyfus, this is her first appearance, not the stakeout. Yeah, this is it. This is our first episode. And the casting director for Seinfeld for years is Mark Hirschfeld, and he nails it. I remember so many famous people started on Seinfeld, so we got to thank Mark for that.
The cameos.
Yeah, they recorded it twice. Let's see. They got a 13.6 Nielsen rating, which actually is pretty good. And let's think. This aired third, though. This aired third live. This was the third airing. So people would have thought even back then this was the third or fourth episode. And so that's so strange.
Oh, wow.
That's super weird.
That is strange.
Why? I wonder if there's like it. I'll be curious when we watch the next one. If the order then will make sense. Like, oh yeah, of course, male unbonding would come before this one, but probably
really.
not, right?
It doesn't matter at all. Yeah. There's the only interactions in the next few episodes that matter is between Jerry and Elaine because they are going to pay more attention to their relationship.
Okay.
Their former relationship, at least early episodes.
Yeah.
Where they kind of don't later.
Yeah.
So other random stuff to start us off on. Let's see. Well, okay. Let's get the talk out of the way. So the talk, I mean literally the word the. So this is the first episode and the only one for 9 years to not have the attached.
Yes.
Very
in the title of the episode, there is no the.
Yep.
Just male unbonding. Jerry wanted the uniformity that Mama spoke of last week, and it bugged him. But the male unbonding didn't sound right, and no other name sounded right, and he liked male unbonding, like making it work. So they went with it. Yeah. So it's just a long time before they do it again.
Yes, very, very long.
Okay, so the basic plot of this episode, Jerry finds himself hanging out with a friend named Joel who he just doesn't enjoy spending time with him for good reasons, as we will discuss.
Yeah.
And so it involves him figuring out how to break up with his friend, basically, or how to unbond with him.
Yep.
So, I guess before we talk about the actual episode, has anybody ever had to break up with a friend? And what was your strategy?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't break up.
It's hard. Especially when they are when you're.
It is.
It's just hard. It's like they make a good point in the episode. With a relationship, there's a precedent. You're probably going to break up eventually. So with a friendship, that doesn't usually happen. So it's hard to say.
What I wanted to point out was he mentions that we met when we were 10. He had a ping pong table.
Yeah.
I would be friends with anyone that had a ping pong table. If Stalling had a ping pong table, I would have been friends with him. That's the greatest line. But he's going back to when they were 10, and dude just keeps calling him, and he's the one that keeps it a one-sided thing. Yeah. And Jerry's just done with it. But since they were 10, you're not going to always have the same friend.
No. Yeah.
So true Seinfeld content,
especially guys,
it's frivolous.
True.
It's silly.
Yeah.
But they have enough to latch onto and make a episode with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nowadays I would just block them.
Yeah.
Right?
Just block them nowadays.
But I guess Jerry doesn't have
Don't even say
it's
say
a lot
nothing.
Easier, I think,
just
in 2023.
They'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
They might never figure it out. It's fine. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's funny. So Joel is played by
internet.
That is funny.
The internet glues you.
Yeah.
You can always be found in the net.
I mean, right. Joel is played by Kevin Dunn, and he was considered for George.
Yes.
He was considered for George.
He was. He auditioned for the role.
I can see it.
His sister Nora was a regular at SNL around the time. And
Nora Dunn. Okay. Yeah, I think that name sounds familiar.
So, and I didn't get to look her up.
Okay.
Mhm.
So shout out to Nora Dunn. My bad. I didn't look you up, girl. And
On
That
Saturday
I
Night
saw-
Live, we immediately.
Joel was in Jag. So
Oh, okay.
that's probably the most predominantly.
Mhm.
Even nowadays, people might not know what that is, but
Yeah.
like that is still one of the more kind of
Yes.
relevant to me, at least.
Yeah.
Credits he had
Mhm.
was Jag, and I've never even seen that show. I
Elaines.
just knew about it.
No, I could.
I
see him
haven't
as
actually ever seen that. That was his only like main thing, Corey. Was there any?
There was movies and it was a lot of stuff.
Oh,
Just
okay.
I didn't know.
Mhm.
Because
Anyway.
I saw him in a lot of things back then.
Mhm.
Yeah, he seems like
He's
a
recognizable.
character
Yeah.
actor.
He is a character actor.
Yeah.
That's very true. That's very true. They ditched the dry cleaner in this episode, so they wanted to go to the dry cleaner, but they're like, they pull it. I think they do it one more time in an episode coming up, but the airing thing, dry cleaner is just slowly not going to be a thing again on the show because of the cafe. Because how popular the cafe and the apartment get eventually. Yeah, you don't need it.
Well, I guess it's easier because at a cafe you can just sit.
Yeah.
You know, whereas at a dry cleaner
It's
you
the
have to
hang
worry
spot.
about blocking and what are they going to be doing? Like it's
Yeah, it is easier.
easier.
Although
is
if I don't have to talk.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the coffee shop and Friends.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is.
Mhm.
Oh, for sure.
Although even like in
Yeah.
Friends,
Not that I ever watched that too much.
because of like the seating, it is. I still think Seinfeld is the staging is a little bit easier because like you have a table and the characters don't really move around. Where with Friends, it's a bunch of seats.
They do move.
They're always sitting in different seats. They get up,
Bigger
move,
space. Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
so not to, like it's
Yeah.
they're just different. You know, so it kind of makes. I think the diner fits the tone of Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
Like we're just hanging out.
We're just sitting
Oh,
there.
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
We're gonna talk about
Yeah.
our day, and I don't know what whatever.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, all right. So Jerry, I started a counter for Jerry, and it's Jerry boyfriend counter, and his first one's Joel.
Yeah.
Of course, his first one's George, but we're gonna start here every
Yeah.
time George putty. I'm talking about when they're actually friends. So if they start
Yeah.
off like not friends, which I don't think they do right away,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't count. But as soon
Yeah.
as Putty and Jerry are cool a little bit, that's a boyfriend counter. So we're gonna have
That's
the girlfriend counters and the boyfriend counters.
funny. And Joel is a particularly bad one,
Yes.
right? I do not enjoy Joel at all.
Yeah, he's
No, Joel is
Joel,
no.
yeah, he sucks.
I would dodge his phone calls too.
I mean, who cries? And
Especially
he's crying.
So
He's a jerk
especially
to the waitress.
if you're mean to the waitress.
I can't stand being with people like that. Yeah.
And then you turn around and you cry when somebody is like very.
Yeah.
I mean, Jerry's not a great person,
No.
right? He's not a great person, but he very
No,
respectfully
he's
said,
not. He's really not.
"Hey, I just don't think
We love you, Jerry Seinfeld,
In here. He
but
is.
damn, people
I
are
mean,
the worst.
yeah, so I think this episode stands out to me because just thinking forward to all of the other ones, this is one of, I think, the rare situations where Jerry makes the right decision. He does the like, or he at least tries to.
He eventually
do
just
something,
fails. He doesn't ever. We
right?
don't see Joel again, really, but like there was no breakup. Really.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So I wonder, I guess maybe he did start. Well, eventually he gets an answering machine, so then he can start screening his calls.
True. I guess he doesn't have one yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
think-
actually think Kramer and Joel, even though Kramer never speaks of him again, I think they ended.
They end up
maybe,
just being
yeah, that makes sense.
Joel's friendship need is met by Kramer.
And
Yeah.
actually, Kramer, I feel like Kramer would, where Jerry could not like really shame Joel into
Yes.
being a nicer person. I feel like Kramer could absolutely do
Yeah,
that.
Kramer won't care. Yeah.
Yeah, he will say, "Hey, you gotta
He will.
act better, or we won't be friends." And I feel like Joel.
I also think too the little conversation that they had on the phone while they were waiting for Jerry to get home is the reason they went to the game together
It
Yeah.
is.
in
Yeah.
the first place. I think that Jerry lacked that. Joel
Male
just
bonding.
wanted that. It was really about male
Male bonding.
bonding,
Yeah.
and Jerry just can't. do it.
He wasn't
He
having it.
can't do
yeah, I think
The
it's a
only
good
person
point.
who really
Yeah.
does it with any relationship
Yeah.
is George,
George,
and
even
possibly
Kramer's at a
Kramer.
distance,
Yeah,
at
even
arm's
Kramer's
length.
at an arm's length distance.
Yeah, I would
George
say
is really
Kramer.
the one that's like,
Yeah.
you know, Kramer,
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
you can see that Jerry just has an issue with relationships in general because he's just so, you know, particular.
Yeah, right
In
back
my-
at just
In my notes, I called him Jerry the pacifier because
Mm-hmm.
as soon as Joel starts crying, Jerry's like, "Oh no, it's okay," you know.
I'm sorry, I take it back. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's you, it's not me. Oh,
Yeah.
it's me, not you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I'll see. I guess maybe we'll see if that.
Sorry.
So yeah, it's not you, it's me. I didn't want to do a counter for it's not you, it's me because it's a little rarer than we think, but it is said several more times later on down the road. Some other quotes. Let's see. We got the waitress. Real quick, she will appear again in the robbery.
Okay.
So she'll come back into that in that episode. Also, the guy that said, "Oh, Patrick Ewing for the Knicks or whatever," you know, at the newspaper at the bank, real quick. He appears again in the episode "The Stranded," which I think is season 2. Okay. So they'll be back using extras early again, you know, which makes sense, you know, budget and stuff. I wrote TF like, what is turkey roll? Like.
Oh yeah, can you guys are older than us? Do you know what they're talking about?
What's turkey roll?
What is turkey roll?
Yeah.
No,
the only thing about deli turkey.
The only thing I can guess that he's
and Jerry's like, "How can you speak to somebody like that?" And Joel's like, "What? You like turkey roll?" And I'm like, "What?
What is it?
What's
we
turkey
don't know
roll?
what turkey roll is.
It's Greek to me, man.
Don't know. I really
That's
don't
crazy.
know.
I
I don't know if it's a New York thing.
Yeah.
Even
It
though
might be.
I should know that because you know that's where I'm from. But like,
So I think a lot.
No, I don't know what turkey roll is.
Yeah.
Mom, did you catch Ruth the cashier this time? She was there.
Yes, I absolutely did.
She's there.
And I pointed that out because I did not catch her the first episode, but I did actually see her this time and was like, "Oh, there she is."
Seemed way more easy because they got the right set this time, so they're good.
Yes.
So, and technically, I don't remember if she's in the first episode. I was just wondering if you caught her the first time.
Right.
It's Pete's Luncheonette. It's not Monk's Diner. So, Jerry, boyfriend counter number 1, Joel. Turkey roll ? I was like, whatever. The waitress appears in the robbery coming up. Her name was Anita Weiss. Yes. Or I apologize if I messed that up. I can't read my handwriting. So we have 3 stand-up. They're called interstitials.
Yeah.
And that's what the stand-up segments, I guess, are called. I never knew that. So interstitials. All right. So there's 3.
Does that name come up in the subtitles, or that was?
It was in the notes about nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
So the stand-up interstitials. So that's just, I guess, what they called them. There's 3 in this episode. I don't think they ever go back to 4 like the first episode. I think for a while it's at 3, and then it slowly goes to 1, and then it goes to 0.
Which I think 3 makes sense. Like 1 at the beginning, 1 in the middle, 1 at the end.
The first episode, you can tell they need to kill for a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
So, so Jerry. Oh, so okay. Right away, we got the first scene is on the elevator in the building.
Right. Yeah.
And it's one of the few times we see the characters in the elevator talking the whole time. So luckily to the DVD, we found out how long the elevator is. It's 34 seconds.
Yeah.
Which is too long.
Yeah.
So now the scene needed 34 seconds, but we all know the elevator. There's no way it's actually that long.
And they don't, I mean, I know they don't show the elevator super often, right? They don't have a lot of transitional scenes, right? Like where people are walking somewhere.
You get a,
yeah.
Hey, Jerry. And that's about it. Yeah. You get this when they make the street later in season 5 or 6.
When you get the street.
You get way more transitional scenes. Until then.
Yeah.
The episode The Pick was a pretty monument. I know we don't like to jump forward too much.
That's fine. No. It's going to happen. It's inevitable.
The episode The Pick, if I have the name right, we all know what we're talking about here. And he makes the grand speech.
That's on that pick.
Yeah, he does.
The elevator. Yeah.
Looking into the, both him and Elaine make a similar kind of speech, but I believe his is in front of the elevator. About
Oh yeah,
All
but
this-
that's not at his apartment. They don't usually show Jerry's elevator.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm. No, that was in front of our apartment. Everybody was like trying to get away from Jerry. It was kind of funny, actually.
There was only a few episodes I can recall where they are even near the elevator.
Yeah.
So George girlfriend counter has 1 now, and on here I wrote floss girl because he reached in for his floss and it like came out
No, he
embarrassingly
reached in for money,
money.
and then floss came out.
Floss came out, and I guess
It's
that
just
was
hanging from his hand, George.
I
She's,
guess
like-
it said this. Yeah, like I
what?
guess.
Who cares?
I mean, if it was
No.
used floss,
Used floss, yeah.
then yeah.
at least
that
he
would
uses
help,
it.
Yeah, he does. He talks about it a few times, so he's
I
pretty
don't
avid.
think it'd be that gross, but I think I could see where he'd be a little uncomfortable with it being on his hand. I don't know.
Uncomfortable. I mean, sure, it's a
I mean,
quick
he
thing.
seemed to
They
make a
said,
big deal about it.
yeah, he said they made eye contact, and then for 20 minutes at dinner, it was just the most awkward dinner.
Which
Because then George, Jerry is like, did you wait for your food or did you leave? And George is like, have you had their? I can't remember what the food is right now. Do you guys remember what they had?
it was chicken salad.
Chicken salad.
Chicken salad.
So he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
have you had chicken salad? He's like, oh, it is to die for. So for 20 minutes, it's all awkward food, like over floss. And then Jerry's theory was she broke up with him because of the fanny pack.
Yeah.
So we don't know if it's the floss or the fanny pack.
Yeah.
And then Jerry says his fanny
Fanny
pack.
pack.
It looks like
For
his
sure.
belly is digesting a small animal. It's Jerry's line.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. So that sounds like Jerry. I mean, he definitely
That
wrote that.
sounds like George too.
True. So also Jerry's apartment is 411.
I saw that. Also, the thing on the door is different. The whole thing looks different.
Yep.
Mhm.
We are getting more hallway
411
scenes. We're getting
is
elevator.
not his number.
No. Yeah. We're getting 411. We're getting elevators. Or we're getting hallway stuff, elevator stuff. Like there was
big
also a
brass
couple.
Knob on the door that I don't recall even.
I don't
paying
remember that. I didn't see
attention
that.
to,
I'm over here trying to write notes. And it was hard. Anyway, Kramer, there was a whole scene almost filmed in Kramer's apartment,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah,
which
yeah.
would have changed the whole show probably.
Mhm.
If you really
Yeah.
think about the
Yeah.
fact it was so much fun to not know what Kramer's apartment
Mhm.
was, we only see a little bit of it here and there. Maybe a wall, maybe a corner, maybe a bathroom, maybe a shower.
Jar, yeah.
But this whole scene would have actually been in a, like we would have got more apartment, and it never happened.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I think it's neat.
Yeah. Right.
So let's talk about Kramer some more. So he has one of his first, or it is his first sort of entrepreneurial. It's the first mention of Kramerica Industries,
Yeah.
Yeah, he answers
Right.
the phone like that. Actually, at Jerry's
and
apartment.
then his idea is for a make your own pizza rest or shop. I guess I don't know if you would sit and eat
I don't
it.
know. I guess yeah.
Um,
Maybe you make your own pie.
So, I mean, and he's talking about, one day in the future, you will beg me to make your own pie.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think, like, we do have some kind of, like, it doesn't go as far as tossing the dough up in the air, but we do have, like, mod pizza where
Yeah.
they,
I forgot about mine.
like, you can bake it. But what do you guys would you go to a restaurant where you make your own pie, where you toss the dough?
I would try it once.
Yeah, I would try it.
I'm
one.
not into doing it.
And kind of.
I would watch you guys make me a pie and eat the shit out of it, but I don't want
Yeah,
to.
John will make mom's pizza. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like a one. I'll go if I can talk.
I just enjoy it when someone else does it. I don't know why.
You get a pat the dough, you get a split up in the air.
Kramer picks up the phone. I love how it's Jerry's apartment. He says Kramerica Industries.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jerry looks at him like, what? But he just kind of lets it go. Like it's normal. Like it's just whatever. It's Kramer. And then he goes on talking about you flip it up, you fling it in the air, the whole spiel from seasons later.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, hey, you'll be begging me, and if, I don't know, certain people are kind of sloppy. Yeah, you might want Kramer. You might want to make your own pizza. So there's 3 stand-ups we talked about. All right, so Jero's boyfriend counter number 1, George's girlfriend counter number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So we got It's Not You, It's Me, That's a good quote for the episode.
Mm-hmm. Another quote from George. I think this was the first time he said it, but I'm sure he said it multiple times. I don't believe this.
Mhm.
That line, first time he
He does say that a lot. Actually,
he
that's
says
funny.
it a lot.
He does. I didn't even
Yeah.
catch that because I'm so used to it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So,
Jerry and
I'm
George at the bank talk about the worst lines a woman could say to you is we need to talk, or the 4 worst words.
Mm-hmm.
George says, whose bra is this? Is the 4 worst words a woman can say, which that was a good contender, I think, for the episode of the show.
Yeah.
Because people would be like, whose bra is this?
What?
You know, just Seinfeld.
I
Mom, go
think-
ahead. You were saying?
I think at a later time we will let everyone vote on the name of, like, we'll pick a quote, a couple quotes, and you guys can help us choose.
Sure.
But because of time restraints, I just went ahead and went with I'll go if I don't have to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that
Which almost was the name of our podcast.
It was almost going to be the name of the podcast, and then I changed it to Get Out because it was shorter and punchier, and we thought that was better.
Two
Either way,
cups of
like,
fruit.
Elaine is the inspiration of the podcast. I love it.
What'd you
She
say,
is
Rob?
the inspiration.
John, what were you saying, bud?
Oh, I was going to say you could title it 2 cups in the front, 2 loops in the back.
Yep, we could have. We will
That'll
probably
be an episode for later. We'll
Yep.
probably use that one. That's a really
probably
good one.
use that one. Yeah, we'll vote on it, and we'll see. Because I want to see what
I
the
do-
fans pick. Like this episode, we could have had.
Yeah.
It's not you, it's me. Whose bra is this? I'll go if I don't have to talk.
Yeah, I
like
love that one.
If we could have a poll every week and give everybody a couple days, I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
We are going to
There you
start
go.
doing that. I want to point out that we're going to do also, Corey, a running on who screws over who, because they always do.
We do, and like
Yeah.
I thought about it, I was like, I really want to
George
know at
over.
at the end of the series who
Mhm.
screws over who more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it'd be
find
Jerry
out.
over George, but I didn't need
Yeah.
I need proof.
This is
So
the first
we're
time.
work on the proof.
Would Kramer handing Jerry the phone, would that count as him screwing Jerry over?
Interesting point.
Ooh,
No,
'cause
Jerry got
our
out of it.
several screwovers throughout one episode.
Yeah.
I did-
True. Jerry though did give George's ticket away, so that's 100%
Right, yeah.
screw over.
Oh yeah.
That's
absolutely.
100% Jerry was.
Kramer,
yeah.
like Jerry, kind of wiggled his way out of it and
Mhm.
screwed over George. So I think
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think Kramer screwed over Jerry.
Yeah.
Kramer didn't mean bad will. Jerry had a choice.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like
Right.
But I do have to say that line where Kramer was like, "Oh, it's for you. It's for you." That would make me so unbelievably mad. If I
Oh,
was Jerry.
God, Elizabeth saying
That's-
he
dude, tell me who it is. You're in my
Tell me
house.
it is.
Yeah.
is.
I love how Kramer is so wholesome too. He really meant well because he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's your house. He wanted to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to talk to him. Yeah. Anyway,
Let me
all right.
decide
So
if I
let's talk
want
a
to
little
talk.
bit about yeah. Let's
It's
talk
Newman.
a little bit. What's up?
Oh, I was saying it's Newman.
Oh yeah. Not quite.
Another
Yeah.
episode.
but- So let's talk a little bit about Jason Alexander. All right.
Yeah.
So he again probably had the best lines, maybe besides Elaine in this episode. And Jason, he went to Boston University, and he was on the CBS sitcom in the '80s called ER.
That's
And-
crazy. I did not know that.
Well, ER, there's two ER. There's the
Yeah.
'90s. There's the '90s super drama that's
Uh-huh.
not funny, and then there's like it's a good show. Though.
Yeah.
And then there's it's very intense.
Uh-huh.
And then there's this. There was more of a sitcom vibe in the '80s for.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And he was in Jerome's Robbins musical, and he won a Tony
Yeah.
for like lead performer.
Yeah.
So,
He's super crazy.
yeah.
Congratulations, Jason.
Yeah, Jason Alexander, he's the man. So
Mhm.
he also
He really
also he's in Curb Your Enthusiasm later, obviously, as playing
Yes.
like as himself and as George.
Huge
You
fan of
have,
that.
He was in Hunchback of Notre Dame. He did the little gargoyle, or is that Hades? What? Yeah, it was the little gargoyle from Hunchback.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was that. He
Well,
others
that's
Pretty Woman. He was in Pretty Woman. He was in.
Oh yeah, he was a bad guy in that.
He was
He's the bad guy and the bad friend in Pretty Woman. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a jerk in Pretty Woman.
excellent role in Shallow Hal.
He was
Mom,
great.
I know people. Mom, I know people to this day that won't watch Seinfeld and don't like George because of Pretty Woman. They love that movie
Pretty-
so much.
I
Oh,
believe
wow.
it. I believe it.
Yeah.
Pretty Woman was a
You
lot
know,
of
I'll shout out
people
right now.
hated him after that.
I'll shout out Ryan Murfin's wife, Danielle. That's why she won't watch the show.
Oh wow.
So, because she's.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
know.
real bad.
I've seen it. I
Yeah.
know. Oh yeah, he's bad.
I believe that's kind of a waste, and it's sad because he's so talented,
He
but
makes you hate him.
He was also
I mean,
in.
actors have done that to me too with other actors. I have
Yeah.
that feeling.
Yeah.
I
A
Not
similar role in Shallow Hal.
Probably the first place I saw him.
Shallow Hal. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Probably the first place I saw him was in the Brandy version of Cinderella. He was like the butler dude.
Great.
Yeah. Very excellent.
Right.
Whoopi Goldberg
Oh,
plays
he's so good.
the fairy godmother.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I
Classic
forgot about that.
childhood-
I
childhood
forgot about
classic.
that.
I forgot about that
was my
too.
first introduction to Jason Alexander.
I'm really
Yes.
glad you guys are
Job,
talking
Elizabeth.
about him. You know, I've often. Do you guys see any of his influences? I'm thinking of one movie actor in particular that
Woody
happens
Allen.
to be in one of the episodes. They have an episode based around this movie actor, and I see him showing up in Jason Alexander's acting all the time. You guys know who I'm talking about?
Nope.
I guess Woody Allen. I'm wrong.
Yes,
Oh,
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen, yeah.
I see Woody Allen in Jason Alexander all the time.
Signals,
You guys-
Jerry. Signals. Like it was a blatant Woody
Yes.
Allen version.
Mhm.
I think he has a little bit of Woody Allen and Larry David. Also.
Oh yeah, he's like if Larry David and Woody Allen had a baby, it's
Mhm.
Jason Alexander.
Yep.
It was just insane.
Absolutely, Corey. Absolutely.
Off
Yeah.
topic a little bit. Kramer is at entrance count by the end of this episode. Entrance count 3.
Okay.
You guys keeping a track of that? You guys got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna keep track of everything.
helps. The DVD helps keep track, but we're definitely going to talk about it because it's cool.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Because there is
not
an
to be
episode.
off, has anyone ever mentioned or commented on if there was someone that's standing in front of the door when Kramer comes in?
I think in an episode he hurts Elaine a bunch, like on accident.
I've never seen it, but I've always wondered.
He knocks her over a couple times on that with some physical stuff.
Oh, I think he
Coming in the
does,
door
coming
like
in
that?
the door like that. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I can
It's
see
always
it.
amazing that
People
no one
being in
gets
the wrong spot and him hitting them.
clobbered.
He's hurt a few. When those come up and they mention it, I'll make sure we mention.
Okay.
So so the first draft for the show, Elaine wasn't in it.
Yeah, they still
Yeah.
didn't know how to write for a woman.
Still, yeah, and didn't
Well,
know.
It's
what to
only
do.
episode 2.
Yeah, it was just funny because NBC said, "Hey, you need a woman," and they still forgot. So, so NBC had somebody step in as an executor or whatever and be like, "You need a woman." So
Yeah.
we casted. Obviously, they casted Elaine.
Mhm.
Elaine said the audition went very well. Her and Jerry were
Julia.
talking. Casted. Oh, Julia, you're right.
Yeah.
Julia and Jerry were talking about M&Ms, and Elaine was eating Julia was eating the M&Ms, but around the nut.
Yeah.
And Jerry was impressed. And she got the part.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You think she did it on purpose?
Eat your M&Ms and chase your dreams. But she said it was so cool because how relaxed they were,
Yeah.
and she could just talk to Jerry about anything. She could
Mhm.
tell right away she could. So
Yeah.
she felt comfortable. She's like, I like these people. So, which is good because
Mention the other actresses, Corey.
the actresses that have auditioned for
Yeah, that.
auditioned for her part. Yeah. So all
What
they
would be
all these what it said, what I could find, I didn't look too much, but it said on the DVD. Here's the other actresses that tried out for Elaine. Helen Hunt refused the role. And then Patricia Heaton,
Mhm.
Wendy Malick,
Mhm.
Patricia
Rosie
Heaton, I can see
O'Donnell,
that. Yeah,
and Megan Mullally.
can't see Rosie O'Donnell at all,
No.
but Patricia
Yeah.
Heaton's good.
Yeah, and I was thinking like which of those? I don't know Wendy Malick. But
Megan Mullally sounds very, very familiar.
Megan Mullally, she's
Yeah.
in Parks and Rec.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's
okay.
the evil librarian.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So I could
that's
definitely see
Nick
her.
Offerman's wife. Yes,
As a-
Nick Offerman's wife. I could see her as Elaine.
Yeah.
Oh, Megan, that's Ron Swanson's wife.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She would have
Yeah.
killed
See
it.
her as Elaine.
She's insane.
I
She's
do.
great.
I do feel
Yeah.
like it would have been a different show.
Yeah.
You know, like because I feel like
She's
She
they-
is in it though.
Yeah,
she
comes
is in
back
it
later.
later.
Yeah.
You double
She's
dip
in
the
it
trip.
later.
Her brother Timmy. Yeah. Oh God.
Timmy.
We'll get there.
We'll
she's a
get
treat.
there. But she is in it later.
You dip
She's
it
definitely one here.
once. Sorry.
That's probably like when we get to that, man, I can't wait. Because Jason's performance when she's on the phone is so funny.
Oh my God, it's so great.
You're like totally just taking the piss on everything she says.
He's
All right, so
The show rocks.
oh, it does, and
Yeah, she was originally, instead of Elaine in the first draft, she was Eileen.
Eileen.
Eileen. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was Erlene or Eileen.
So weird.
Yeah.
So glad they
Like,
changed
finally,
it.
they don't have her in the first episode. They almost didn't have her in the second episode until NBC was like, "Yo," and then they get her in, and it's Eileen. Well, it's all messed up. They don't know what they're doing. So she came, but obviously it's Elaine, right? And she, let's see. Okay, so the first scene with her is iconic, and this is why I hate the out of order. I don't care about the other episodes in the season, really, but like male and bonding needs to be second because that first scene with Elaine sets the whole tone for her whole character.
Yeah, for her and Jerry.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the way they break into it, and she's just like, "Well, where do
It
you want to
really
go?"
does. It really
Yeah,
does.
they're so relaxed.
I just have to say though, because I thought the Stakeout following it on Netflix, right?
Yeah. Man.
They also have a major conversation, which we will end up getting to soon,
Mhm.
about them that they don't have yet. So to me, when I thought the Stakeout was next, it made sense for them
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
True.
because they
Well,
gave a
when
backstory.
we
They
get
give us a backstory.
That's interesting. It's good. Yeah.
So I
okay.
was surprised,
Yeah.
and I
So
said,
the
"Oh, really?" Because
backstory-
I thought about
Yeah. So the backstory that we do get in this episode is when, so they they talk, they're like, oh, we're going to go out somewhere. And then later, Joel and Kramer show up. And that's when we hear, oh, I thought you broke up. And Jerry says, oh, no, we're still friends. And then Joel does his whole gross thing with Elaine. Ew.
Yeah. Whether you're tutoring your nephew.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing Elaine does, yeah, that's right. Elaine helps him come up with these other excuses.
So he has an excuse Rolodex to like sit there and just continually break up with this guy without breaking up with him.
Yeah.
And
it was
it's
on
hard.
the clipboard and everything. It was great.
Yeah. Elaine makes fun of him at first and gives him some heat and he's like, all right. But she gets it and she's like, hey, I'm gonna help you. So she writes a couple. And she writes, one is you ran out of underwear and you can't leave the house. And Jerry's just like, really? You got any better ones? Yeah. So I forgot. Kramer actually enters 4 times in this scene because he comes in to talk to Joel. And Kramer and Joel, I just have WTF because it's hilarious, I think. Joel is definitely creeper. The quote, "You're Dan," I thought for the episode, but it's not as good as the other ones, I think. And I can't exactly even remember where it was said. I think Elaine said it, and it was more about the excuses part. So, tutor my nephew. That is what ultimately Jerry came up with to Joel to get out of the Knicks game. And it's terrible.
Never make up a fake nephew.
No.
Bad idea.
He doesn't, I don't even know if he doesn't have a sister. And like, it's.
Oh,
Joel would
it's
know that.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
interesting, though. Joel should know that, but it's interesting because I watched the wrong episode at first, and there is an uncle and a cousin. Or an uncle and a...
Oh, yeah. I know there's an uncle. I know that.
There's another uncle besides
Leo.
Uncle Leo.
Yes, you have 2.
It's not Uncle Leo. It's an Uncle Mac or something, if I remember.
I know his name. It's
And
said
I
later
believe
on.
there's a cousin or our nephew.
Well, cousin.
Possibly.
I know Leo's son is talked about. You never meet him.
Right.
Yeah.
So before we
Jeffrey.
before we wrap things up, so one note that I noticed was with the music ending the episode, it talked about how what's his name? Wolf. I think his last name is Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf.
He designed the music to fit with the tempo of Jerry's voice. And as you know, you will have heard if you listen to the beginning of our episode, we have a jingle. So, John, can you talk to us about how you designed that for us?
Well, I was happy to do this, and I understood you guys needed a jingle, and I was wanting to help with it, so I ran up to our studio and got some drums that were kind of snappy, and then went true to form. I play bass, but I got the keyboard out, the MIDI keyboard, and that's how the original theme was played on a MIDI keyboard for a snap and pop kind of bass.
Yeah.
Slap and pop. And I got the drum line, I put down the bass line, I put down the first version was a lot like my music. It was a bit somber. So I
wanted it a little peppier.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but
cheerful.
We listened to the first one. It had violins in it. It wasn't cutting it.
Oh no.
It was sad.
It was a little sad. And so we said, no, we have to change it. Just
maybe we can go back to that version for our last episode.
So I said, give me 5 minutes. I ran upstairs. I yanked those violins out and threw in a little piano, which is a lot more, tickling of the keys. And
yeah,
it's got a little blinkety blink in there.
I like the bass line. In my head, I have Seinfeld, the tempo for it. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah, and it's obvious what we're going for. And my apologize.
Great. I loved it. I love the homage. You can tell what it is. You can tell what it's doing.
It's an homage. That's correct. It's meant to be a tribute.
And more I hear the jingle, I now can my brain can differentiate.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It does take some time. I do like it a lot though.
There's no copyright.
I love it too.
I
love it too.
I really wanted to write something that was a nod to the original and not necessarily
You can catch that immediately.
Kind of
well
thing.
done.
Mom's artwork. Yeah.
My pleasure.
Mom's artwork and then the jingle, it's perfect. Like I love it. So
right on.
It is a family affair.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love
so
the
like
show.
Now these last few minutes now, we can talk more about the episode. And like I know we don't want to talk about future episodes. It's going to happen. And like it's
it is going to happen.
What's the next episode, anyways?
The next episode is I don't know. Hold on, I'll look.
So okay.
I can find it.
It's episode 3.
Fuck.
So the episode.
Yeah, it's episode 3.
So the episodes left in the season. Oh, here's Peter.
Hey, Peter.
The podcast cat.
I didn't see you, Peter.
Kitty.
Yeah, he's been sitting behind Corey the whole time, purring away.
Oh, I know. He's sweet.
Scratching his
You like Seinfeld too?
Yes.
No, oh, absolutely. Peter would be the perfect cat for Seinfeld because he just lays around, he purrs, and I think he has really good comedic timing at the right moment,
which is key in comedy.
He really does. Oh, there you go, Corey.
It's funny how nowadays, everybody's digital, right? And like this is the best version. Like it is. So it's not even Blu-ray. Yeah. Now, so we got here. Ooh, there's Jerry's apartment. Yeah.
Which also on the DVD, I love on the menu, you see the doorbells and you see all the neighbors' last names, which I love.
So
I have nothing.
Next week's episode will be the stakeout.
Okay.
Woo!
It is the stakeout. Okay. So episode 3 is the stakeout.
Yep.
That's right. Episode 3.
More dental floss. Spoiler.
Floss, which will come up. It's crazy how much floss is talked about too throughout everybody.
Yeah.
Like
it's true.
We'll think a little random stuff. I heard mine too. All good though. We have. Let's think. Yeah, there's random stuff like Hello Newman. We'll keep track of. Which I know how many times it's said in the series, and it'll surprise you. It's not as many as you think.
Oh yeah.
Tuesday has a feel.
Tuesday does have a feel, and speaking, yeah. So I don't want to ramble and start losing stuff. So
we'll take post podcast notes too, so we can write down all the stuff that we're supposed to keep track of.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's other stuff like, I'm trying to, every time I think of stuff, I'll hit up Mom and be like, hey, we need merch.
Mm-hmm.
So
We
like,
are going to work on some merch.
but like, I wanted to make shirts anyway. So we'll figure that out. I could see that definitely happening because I wanted to do it anyway. And I was like, wait a minute,
would
make our own shirts.
definitely take I'll go if I don't have to talk on a t-shirt.
I'll go if I don't have to talk would be great.
Yeah.
It'd be cool
We
also
can
to
do
have
random quotes. We can do every
episodes,
season.
we can do whatever we want.
Do all kinds of things with merch, you guys.
We can do pictures of like the cast and just put our heads on them. Like we can do whatever we want. So
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to do a coffee cup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do we have to do a coffee cup? That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be cool because it'd be our like. It's different now if I did shirts because it's our thing. Like it's our thing. So good. Why not? I was like, I can still do shirts. Like I wanted to.
Talking about merch, we're going to represent and shout out.
Go for it. Go for it. So you got that. I love that shirt. That shirt's dope.
Ladies and gentlemen,
AOD, yo, Bob, when you watch this, man, like I love your shirt.
We just got that today. Thank you, studio.
The TMNT reference. I get
12-13.
It's great. Yeah, I love that shirt.
Thank you, Chris.
This.
Love the green.
Do I still look strong?
That looks great.
Look high?
Still look high.
Okay. This shirt is a rendition of Crowd, if I'm pronouncing that right, Bob. It's Anger Overdose's mascot. And this is another studio that we're tight with, that we love, who are our fam. Sloppy Joe Studios. This is his rendition of Anger Overdose's.
It is. It's worthy of a clap. It's very, very great. We just got those today. So cool. We're really glad that came today.
Yep.
Sloppy Joe Studios. Go check him out.
Thank you.
Yep. Go check them out.
Love you guys. Love you, fam.
Love you.
Thanks for the props.
Yeah, they're good on. Thanks. We're on here to shout out whoever, help whoever. It's whatever. We're gonna watch and all have fun every week, and there'll be more people.
Have a moment. Go check out Mama's Maiden Studio.
Yep. Go check out Mama's Maiden on YouTube. It's popping. Yep.
It is. We're going to be hitting 80 videos very soon. I am very busy.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, countdown to 100 is.
We're going to have a big thing on 100, so we're going to be there probably within the next couple months.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Probably soon. So, yeah, we have a lot of great things.
It might work out, Mom, when we're in town. It might be close to that. So
yeah.
We're definitely gonna have to Superposition. Yeah.
The band Superposition just released an album or a single today. So go check that out on Spotify.
Check that on all your listening devices.
Spotify will have it a couple days, but it's already out on YouTube, I think. Or on where'd you say it was out already?
It's on YouTube.
Okay.
Devotion to Hate.
It's a new one with him and King.
Oh, cool. That's at the end of January. We'll be doing. We'll be in person. We'll do a live one together.
Yeah, we'll do a live one that night.
We'll at least record one or two.
I'll see if I can get in.
Yeah, we might record.
Should be in town
because we can record as many as we want and just knock them out for as long as we see them and take notes.
January, babe. Okay.
This
January.
Yeah, whoever's still watching up to this point, thank you. And really, it's okay because they're gonna get longer here and there. They might dip some and then get longer. I think in the longer they're gonna be longer because there's so much.
Oh yeah, we're so full later.
They get so much happening. I remember
we showed
her siblings.
They do
the episode like a couple episodes down the line, and when they were done, it's 22 minutes, and they were like, "That's a lot of stuff for 22 minutes." And I'm
yes, they fill a lot of stuff in. They do.
Yeah. And on those DVDs, we get all that stuff that's cut because there's a lot of stuff that's cut. Those episodes are that's 22 minutes are tight. And so, but when I meant those, the last few minutes like this, we're just going to talk about whatever, plug some stuff. It doesn't have to be about Seinfeld. It can be about whatever's going on. Which right now, I can't think of too much going like crazy. You guys just watch Oppenheimer. So.
Oh, shout out for that.
Yeah. that's
John's
what I hear.
gonna write a song about it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
that deserves few props.
That's
It
my
delves
favorite.
into
My
to
favorite.
It was
physics.
intense. It was
Yeah.
very intense
Yeah.
movie.
That's what I hear. I hear it's incredible. So,
Whenever
check
you
it.
watch it, maybe we'll discuss it.
Yeah, quantum
Yeah,
physics
like,
is
you need-
Yeah, we need to watch it.
real fast too, babe. Anything music wise going on? We hearing any hotness on the streets?
No.
All right.
I just
hotness.
listen to what you tell me to listen to.
Well, that's-
That's good, Elizabeth. He won't steer you wrong, man. He really won't. He knows
but
his
like
music.
I know she listens to stuff that I
I'm
don't.
going to Taylor Swift
No, she
next
doesn't.
summer. That's the only music news
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, she's going to
What
Tay
about-
Sweezy, and I'll be over in Italy at the same time.
Yep, going to see
Summer.
Taylor. Good
And
job.
maybe you guys will be over there with
Oh,
us
that's
because
awesome.
you never know. So
I got one for you, Corey.
Yeah, baby possibly
There's-
could come with you.
There's a Christmas tune out from a band called Asphalt Jungle. I happen to have joined it recently, and
Yeah,
it's
you
very
did.
good. There's a couple of them. Go check them out. Asphalt Jungle,
Asphalt Jungle.
Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
children on that video.
No children on that one. That's
allowed.
for the adults.
That is a rated T
But-
for teens, I think.
But there is a
TV 14.
beautiful instrumental called "The Winter's Chill" from Asphalt Jungle. and
Mhm.
I
Very
recommend
good.
you check that
Beautiful
out.
song.
It's beautiful.
Oh, the top song is already Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. You, I think you were on
Very,
that song.
very, very good job.
So yeah.
Rock and roll sauce. Thank you guys.
So that's
Thanks for being
Yeah.
here, honey.
yeah. It was. I'm glad because it wasn't. I like the first episode. How it was just the original people. It did help the time fly like with a fourth person to bounce off of. So I appreciate that. But yeah, so pretty much probably in the episodes I'll close out, and I don't mind doing that. So thank you for everybody for watching. Please follow us on everything you can. We'll follow you too.
Yep.
We're open to comments, suggestions, anything you want to be on the show. Let us know. If you want to be on, like I don't know, the Soup Nazi. I'm not saying you're getting the role now, but you literally can look up when we're going to do that
We're gonna have
episode.
to start fighting for those spots.
We are.
Soup.
It's going to be interesting. We can probably just do multiple people and we'll figure it out. So
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
yeah, we'll just do a big watch party and it could be fun.
Yeah.
So those big monumental episodes could just be a big party because it's going to have to be. So, but that also those are far like down the line. We're on episode 2 now. We have 178 to go. We're not stopping anytime soon. So anyway, you can catch us here on Thursdays at 9 p.m. and that'll be about it.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Thanks.
Have fun. Thanks for
Love
watching.
Kids
Bye.
stay in school.